Good morning, Nintenders.
Good morning.
Happy Halloween. It's Friday, October 31st. Thank you for joining us today and every day. It's been so wonderful to have you join us for our theme of hustle culture, which ends today. So it is Friday. Normally, we reflect on what happened this week. So we'll be reflecting a little bit on that. And of course, we'll be reflecting on the entire theme of hustle culture because, as I mentioned yesterday, it has been life-changing.
Tell us more about the life-changing. I have a little life-changing myself, so I want to hear your life-changing.
So let me ask you, I'm going to laugh while I say this. So is the life-changing about you or about me? Because we started this theme apparently because I needed a little help with my hustle culture mentality.
And you didn't even know it.
No, I didn't. So has it been life-changing for you, for me, or for you, for you?
It's been life-changing for me.
Okay. Well, it's also been life-changing for me. It's been life-changing because as I admitted on the very first week, and of course, when you have a problem, the first step is to admit that you have a problem. I didn't realize that I do have the addictive personality towards hustle culture. Annette, you got that codependency down, and I said, I don't even know what that feels like. I can say I got the addiction to hustle culture because I'm always hustling for my worth. But now, with my newfound awareness, it's been life-changing because I've taken so much pressure off myself.
Just in the last 3 weeks since we started this?
Absolutely. The darkness grows in the shadows. I know that sounds like, whoa, okay.
Wow, okay, Halloween.
No. Whoa, okay, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, the darkness grows in the shadows. What do you mean by that?
When there is a problem and you don't bring it to the light, it just grows and it gets bigger.
Okay, yes.
But once
I agree
you
with
bring
that.
awareness to it, once you shine that light of love on it, it can heal pretty quickly. It can heal instantaneously if we let it. But the moment we shine the light of love on it, the healing starts. So for me, I've been going all my life hustling for my worth, and I didn't know it. I was just doing what I thought I should do. I was doing what I thought others expected of me. I was doing what I thought society expected of me. And I thought I was doing the right thing. And then I just did it. And so much of it was unconscious. And the moment we started shining that light of love on it, I started to take the pressure off myself. I don't want to hustle for my worth, especially when I have worth and I have value just because I exist. So the life-changing has been with that light. I've been going through the different parts of my life where I had things that I enjoyed. It wasn't like I hated what I was doing. I was enjoying all the things that I do, and I wouldn't be doing them if I didn't enjoy them in some way. But I was adding so much pressure onto them. Even things that had nothing to do with other people, I would put performative pressure on myself that I had to show up in a certain way with a certain level of intensity, and that was the only way I could say, good job. And then I would also have my feelings to-do list where I'm living trying to feel a certain feeling, and I would only feel like I accomplished something if I felt that feeling, and I get to take the pressure off of that as well. So it's been such a gift that I didn't know I needed.
And I think the gift is really going to continue as we work through what we have planned for November. I would say my experience this month, I'm just beginning. Try not to use the word just too much on the podcast, but I'm just beginning to understand what I've been learning especially this last week. Could I share just a little bit?
Yes, please do. It's our time to reflect.
Okay, so you and I have a mentor that we've worked with for years. We love her. We meet with her regularly. We've met with her regularly for a long time. So I have trust with her. Independent of our discussion, we didn't tell her about that we were talking about hustle culture on our podcast. I don't even think she knows. But we were having our time with her, and she made the comment, in every moment, we want to be able to name what we're feeling. And when she said that, I thought, now that, so I said we trust her. But when she said that, I thought to myself, no, she's going too far. She's going too
That's what
far.
you thought?
That's what I thought.
I thought, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can do that.
I thought she's going too far. Well, part of that is like, how in the world would I ever know what I'm feeling in every moment? But she said that's our goal, because then we have the self-awareness wherever we're coming from. That's the place then that we're going to be extending out. So if I'm coming from this place and I'm feeling anxious, I'm probably going to extend anxiety out. If I'm coming from frustration, probably going to be extending frustration out. So she gave us a homework assignment to stop and ask ourselves, as much as possible, to name a feeling. And she said, we can start with the mad, sad, glad, afraid, and embarrassed. Those are the 5 basic feelings. So she said, you can start there. That's fine. And then as coaches, we try to make sure that how we live and what we teach our clients is that we want to expand our feelings vocabulary. Considering all of that, then I had the big aha. That was not related to what we were talking about with our mentor. So I have this aha with you, is that, well, I've always just thought of to-do lists and to-do as these are tasks. And then you expand my horizons by saying, well, actually, you can have a to-do feelings list. I've come to the conclusion I haven't allowed myself to have a to-do feelings list.
You haven't allowed yourself.
And I'm 64 years old, and I will say I haven't allowed myself to have a feelings to-do list. That makes me sad. It's a huge aha. I'm just scratching the surface of what this means to me. Let's say I'm feeling tired and I have a to-do task list. I will focus on the task list and not my feelings of being tired. I can have feelings of overwhelm, of sadness, of heartbreak, of whatever feeling you want to throw at me. I've conditioned myself, and this is a condition. I've conditioned myself not to focus on the feeling, therefore ignore the feeling, therefore push down, not be able to recognize the feeling, and put my focus on the task. So to come full circle with where we started this week, well, I felt sad because I couldn't continue working on my project. Well, if I were to explore that further, one would say, well, it's kind of good that you're actually thinking about your sadness, but then you're focusing more on, well, you're sad because you couldn't finish your project or you couldn't continue working on your project. Let's take the project out of it, because the project is not me. The project has nothing to do with my inherent value. The project is performance. What's going on inside of me that's feeling sad? It's very deep work. I think we're going to continue on. Next month is going to help us. But do you understand what I'm saying, Ada? Do you understand what I'm trying to explain here? Because I have never given myself permission to have a feelings list. That just didn't enter my mind at all. Because if I had a feeling, but I had a task list, I would just focus on the task list.
Let me repeat back what I'm hearing you say, and you can correct me if I'm not fully understanding what you're sharing with us. there's a part of you that's sad, as you said, that you haven't allowed yourself just to feel how you feel. The to-do list overrides every feeling that you have because that's the most important thing. As long as you're checking boxes, checking things off, crossing things out, then you look at that and say, well, I'm getting stuff done, and that's a good thing. But you've separated yourself from how you really feel. And so then when you start to do this work of, well, I'm actually feeling sad, it's the recognition of your feeling, but it's also the recognition that there is a you that exists outside of your to-do list.
Yes. And I haven't
given her permission to feel and to just exist and thrive, because everything becomes you're measuring yourself and grading yourself. How am I doing with that to-do list?
And permission. I think permission is a huge part, because if you can check off everything on your to-do list and you're feeling overwhelmed, yes, but that to-do list looks beautiful. Because to me, this is the definition of hustle culture. If the house is perfect, if the house is in the right neighborhood, if you're driving the right car, if you have the perfect people over for Thanksgiving or a holiday, if you go on the perfect vacation, if you have read the perfect books, if you have the proper degree, if you over and over and over, all the different examples that I could use. So if our to-do task list is perfect, looks just like it should, all the checks, even if we're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, alone, all the other feelings, we have given all the power over to the tasks, all the power over to the performance. And then we haven't allowed the self-awareness to come in and say, how are you feeling? What are your feelings? Who are you? You're so much more than the label that you give yourself. Coach, mom, partner, neighbor. When we cut ourselves off from those feelings, then we're very robotic in how we go through life. There's a lot of shoulds. Many times when we're coaching, folks will say, throw away the shoulds, the musts, the have tos. Well, that's another way of saying let go of hustle culture. I did not understand how deeply ingrained I am in hustle culture. And it's an inside thing.
And you've been this way my whole life. And I always looked at you and like, well, that's mom. She's the to-do list lady. And I know she's going to be trying to check those boxes and cross those items off her list. And that's just the way she is. We're not demonizing the to-do action, but we want to make sure that first and foremost that our value is considered and that we're taking actions and living out our value and not doing the reverse, which is getting our value from our to-do list or our feelings list.
Right. It's like really respecting our inherent value.
Yes.
So truly understanding all the way deep down that we have all the value we will ever have simply because we exist. We have all the value we will ever have. We don't have more value because we've checked off all the items on the task to-do list or even the feelings to-do list. Understanding that those of us that have been very task-oriented, understanding that we also could put our feelings on a to-do list as well, might be helpful in not shutting down our feelings, might be helpful in knowing that we are not what we do. We are who we are, and who we are is worthy of love.
So our intention for today, I want us to keep this in mind And I want us to live like this is true, even if you don't believe it. You may not believe what I'm about to say, but please do. And you've already heard this before, you've heard this all month. Our intention for today is our value statement. I want you to write it down. I want you to repeat it to yourself. I want you to live it. Live it like it's true, even if you do not believe it. You won't believe it at the beginning if you've never thought this way, but you will get to a point where you believe it. I have all the value I could ever have simply because I exist. I don't need to earn my value, achieve greater value, and my value can never be reduced or taken away. My value is inherent. Thank you so much for joining us for our theme of hustle culture. Our day is better because you are part of our day. See you Monday.
See you then.